Hey everyone, I'm just here to talk a little bit about kind of insurance for your gold stacking. I know a lot of you love to stack gold and silver, and I know a lot of you are coin collectors, and some of you are kind of more coin collector, and some of you are more gold stacker, and you're kind of on the extreme ends of things. But that need not be. And basically, today I picked up a quarter eagle that you can see on the table. It's not the best or highest end quarter eagle. It's actually, as far as quarter eagles go, it's a little more on the common side, and it's certainly not a mint state coin, but I'm really happy with it nonetheless. Now, for those of you who don't know, this has a little over 0.12 ounces of gold in it. So when the price of gold is at $2,000, and I'll use 2,000 because we're pretty close to 2,000, and it makes the math easy for me. The melt value of this coin is $240. I paid $375. Now, for the coin collector might say, that's not bad. It's a pretty fair price, which I agree with. I think it is a fair price for this particular coin. The gold stacker might say, oh, good for you. Not for me though. And at first glance, I can understand that because if your only motivation for buying, so let's say a gold coin or gold bar, is to get as much gold for the dollar, I can understand you thinking this probably isn't the smartest thing to get, or at least the most consistent with your goals. And like I said, I might have agreed with that before. Now, not so much though. When I'm seeing the premiums on gold coins lately, it's just blowing my mind. I'm seeing places that are normally pretty fair charging $260 or $270 for 1/10 ounce gold eagles. Okay, so now think about this. These are brand new coins, which they probably made millions of, and they're charging like $260 to $270 for a tenth of an ounce. Now, if you think about it, like I said, this is 0.12 ounces. So let's see, it's like I said, about $240 for 0.12 ounces. With the gold eagle, you're looking at $260 for a tenth of an ounce. So the disparity there doesn't really seem too bad. And again, with somebody with a tenth ounce at say at $2,000, you're paying that $60 premium. Now with me, at $240 melt, I'm paying $135 premium. So admittedly, the premium is twice what it would be for the eagle. The thing there is, both of them have gold. This one's slightly more. With the American Eagle, they might make millions this year. With this one, I believe they only made about 750,000, which is kind of high by quarter eagle standards. But not only did they make far fewer of these than your typical 1/10 of an ounce gold eagle, but you also have the survival rate to factor in. So while they might have made, like, let's say 700,000 in a particular year or 800,000, there aren't that many in existence. A lot of them have been lost, destroyed, melted. Maybe they're dateless. We don't know what they are really. So to get one that still exists is a lot harder now than it was when these were made 120 years ago. The other thing, sorry, that right there alone kind of raises its profile. The other thing is that these are coins that were part of that whole pre-33 thing. For those of you who don't know, 1933, the government essentially confiscated gold. They said you can keep a little tiny bit of gold to its citizens, but if you kept more than I believe it was like 5 ounces, you could face up to 10 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. And as you might imagine, $10,000 in 1933 was a heck of a lot more money than it is now. So people were being threatened if they held on to too much gold. As a result, they stopped making gold coins in 1933. So there's a lot of collector interest in those. So not only do you have the collector interest in them, and you have the gold value, but you kind of have the whole history behind it. And then if they're in really good condition, then they could just like soar upwards and away price wise. You don't really see that with the bullion. And the other thing is, usually, I mean, I granted the premiums are really high right now, but usually the price of coins like, let's say, American Eagles, Canadian Maple Leafs, gold Philharmonics, gold Sovereigns, gold Krugerrands are highly dependent on the price of gold. Whereas I would say these coins are somewhat dependent. Now, if gold goes up like crazy, well, that's definitely going to put some upward pressure on the pre-33 gold. But it's not just a one-trick pony. We have something that has historical value, it has numismatic value, and it has a certain degree of rarity that you're not going to find in the modern bullion coins. So in that way, it's weird. It's like you're almost like diversifying, even though you only have one. So if you have, let's say, a modern bullion coin, it's really just dependent on the gold value. But if you have an older pre-33 coin, I mean, it's dependent on the mintage, the survival rate, the numismatic value, the demand for it, which there is a lot of demand for pre-33 gold. And you have the gold value mixed in, so it's kind of like a bonus. So while it's true the premium on them is higher, it's really doable. And I think it's a nice way to kind of like, for lack of a better term, kind of ensure your gold stack and your gold collection. Now, I don't have a problem with new bullion coins. I have some myself, although I don't buy larger ones because of the price. Pulling $2,000 out at once isn't something that I am either able or comfortable to do. So typically when I buy them, I do buy smaller denominations. And, I have like, some pesos and not too long ago, I think I bought like a 25th ounce Philharmonic and whatnot. I enjoy them for the designs and whatnot, but I do feel a little bit more safety with these gold coins, because I feel like with the modern bullion, if gold prices were to drop 25%, the price of my modern gold bullion is going to drop 25%. Whereas I feel like if the gold price drops 25%, my pre-33 will drop some amount less than 25%, just because it has those other things going for it. Now, the other thing is some of it's very expensive. Like this coin right here might be in a high condition that's graded. We were worth several $1,000s. I only paid $375. If you have certain rare quarter eagles in the Indian design, rare ones in high grade will be tens of thousands of dollars. Now, that's the kind of thing I probably wouldn't buy, even if I had the budget to go pick up, $50,000 coins. And some of the other dates that are more difficult dates, probably wouldn't get those either. I would probably stick towards the more common dates, but I do think that the common dates do make a lot of sense for people who want gold and they want that numismatic insurance. That's a good name for it, numismatic insurance. So just a little something to think about if you are interested in buying gold and you have any interest in coins. I would definitely check out the quarter eagles and the half eagles in particular. A lot of times you can get some really good value if you buy them in lower grade. And when I say lower grade, I'm not talking about coins that are beaten up, because I don't really see that many that are really beaten up. Like it seems like it's a lot rarer to see a beaten up gold coin than it is like an old silver coin, like like a 3-cent silver, let's say. It seems like a lot of the ones I see of 3-cent silvers are beaten up, but you don't see many of these beaten up. So you could probably do pretty well with these, or even half eagles. A lot of times you'll see half eagles for let's say an XF condition. They still look really good, make a really nice appearance, still have most of their gold content and whatnot. But if they're a common date and they have that XF grade, you can usually get them for a pretty decent price. And like I said, you kind of get that what I call numismatic insurance. Just a little something to throw out there to think about, because you know how I am. If I think of it, I share it with you guys. That's just the way I am. Talk to you later. Hope you have a good one.